What up, you guys? It is your boy JB, and we are here tonight with a new episode review of Sistas. I really got to come up with a name for you guys. Like, what? Uh, I'm gonna compile some names tonight, and I'm gonna put it on the community tab. I don't know. But before we get into the review, if you guys are watching this review or any other video on the channel, and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and stop taking me out on a damn date. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, hit all the buttons, light them up. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the review. All right, you guys, so this episode, it picks up literally where we left off in the last one. That's right, you guys, with that nutcase Gary. So Gary pulls up a chair by Andy, and is the guy's name Robin or Robert? That's what I'm trying to figure out, what the hell his name is. I was looking at this shirt that Gary had on, like, damn, that shirt is young. I mean, it is just tight. Can we just go up? I mean, we know you work out, but can we just go up one size? Because that shirt is just really tight. And I'm someone who likes to wear, as you can see, my shirt is a little tight, but it ain't that tight. It ain't skin tight. So Gary asks Andy, what's going on? And she says, you know, I'm working on a case. He says, I thought you were with the girls. She says, I am with the girls. They're over there. But what is this? It's a case, Gary. We're working on a case. Well, what case are you working on? Gary, you know that I can't tell you that because it's attorney-client privileges, right? Andy, girl, get your stupid ass up and leave this man. He's a nutcase. Andy is dumb. I just don't understand how dumb, like, how can you be so book smart but also be so dumb at the same point, right? So, moving back over to the girls, they noticed that Gary was there. They're like, oh, actually it was Danny and Karen, who, not Danny and Karen, Danny and Sabrina that noticed it, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm laughing because I thought about a scene that happened after this, and we're going to talk about it in just a minute. I just thought about a scene. Oh my God, that scene. Oh, Jesus, that scene took me out. So Karen had noticed that he was over there, and they were asking her, did he see a man? She's like, I don't know. You can't tell. You can't never tell. We're crazy. That is true. So Robin or Robert, whatever his name is, he tells Andy once Gary leaves that he thinks this is a mistake because Gary didn't look that happy, and he doesn't want to cause any issues for her. Yeah, Robin or Robert, Gary just never looks happy. Let's keep it real, right? So, you know, she tells him, oh, he asks her, are you okay? She says, oh, I'm fine. So he says, maybe we should finish this up tomorrow. She's like, oh no, it's fine. We can do it now. He says, no, we'll finish it up tomorrow, right? So then Andy leaves from him and goes back over there with the girls. And she tells them, well, I'm going to go home and talk to Gary. And then, they notice the way she's dressed. And they were like, once again, who is that? She says, he's from work. Like, he's an attorney. But, Karen's like, but you're attracted to him, and look at the way you're dressed. And Dan's like, yeah, you're right. And Andy was like, I know you're not talking the way you dressed. I don't know why they gassing up Danny about this dress. She looks like a pilgrim. Why y'all keep gassing her up? Seriously, that dress is hideous. I want them to take that out back and burn them dress and never let it see the light of day, right? So then, Karen mentions the lawsuit once again, and Anne's like, oh, it's a frivolous lawsuit. I'll be able to defend that. So she leaves, right? So then Sabrina says, well, should we, go home with her? And Karen says, no, she's a grown woman. Let her handle it. Honestly, I agree with Karen. Let the dumbass handle it. If Gary squeezes the life out of her again, that's going to be up to Andy. Only Andy can handle that, right? But let's move on. All right, you guys. So Zach and Fatima, they're still in bed, right? So she tells him, hey, buddy old pal. So yeah, where your pants at? They're over there. You might want to get your pants and skedaddle because I'm getting ready to go out. He was like, no, I want to lay up with you. She was like, no, sir. I don't want to do that, right? She says, we're just fucking. So then, she was like, I was feeling you, but at this point, she wants to fall back because with her feeling him, she feels like she's falling back into the way she was with her ex-boyfriend, right? They had this conversation with each other. I'm gonna keep it 1,000% real with you guys. I wasn't listening. I really wasn't listening. I think Zach is trying to say he's not her ex. He's a good guy, but he's a fuck up. But he's not she tells him he's not a fuck up. She gives him a book to read. I don't know. I'm just guessing because, like I said, I wasn't really listening to that scene that deeply, right? So they go back to, getting it in because he went down on her. I will say though, the sex scenes with Crystal and with I know they're not real, but they're good. Like there is some chemistry between us two and his wife. I don't know how she watches this show, but whatever. Child, let's move over to the scene with Maurice at this club. Oh my God, that's what I was laughing at a few minutes ago. What was Maurice doing? I mean, them dance moves. I was like, he is too much for me, right? I'll rewound that scene like 3 times. I was hollering. So the bartender, he's asking Maurice how's his living situation with Calvin. He says, fine. They had a back and forth. He's asking him, why are you asking? But then he's talking about his dads and stuff like that. What the fuck they got to do with the price of tea in China, right? So then we see Q is there, and Q goes over to Maurice, and he apologizes to Maurice for what he said to him. Yeah. Remind me what he said to Maurice, because I actually forgot. I forgot did he say something bad to Maurice? I don't remember. So at this point, Q now wants to go back to Maurice's place to show him how sorry he is, right? And I was like, oh. So Q really was interested in Maurice in that way. Like he really wanted to get it in with Maurice. I was like, okay, cool. Oh, Lord Jesus. So Andy takes her dumb ass home and Psycho number 1 is there, right? So she's like, do you want to talk about it? He says, no. So then he asks her, why did you lie? She says, I didn't lie. Yes, you did. No, I didn't lie. So then she starts playing the lawyer. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Andy, why are you playing with this fool? Like, did he not once, hug on you real tight till you almost couldn't breathe? But okay, Andy. I was like, why are you playing with this fool? But she says, I didn't tell you the truth because, if I had told you that I was going out with a business partner, a partner in my business, and it would have hit the fan, you would have hit the roof. Girl, you're gonna hit the roof regardless. He's a nutcase. He would have hit the roof either way it went. Let's keep it real. Like, I don't know why she's with this fool. I'm still trying to figure that out. So then Gary tells her he's gonna leave and go to the gym. I'm done with Andy. Done with her. All right. From one Psycho to another, Jacoby. So Jacoby has the nerve and the audacity to go over to Sabrina's place. So he knocks at the door. She asks, who is it? So she... As much as I was just talking about how dumb Andy is, Sabrina's even dumber. This fool literally just said that he was going to tell them that you fired him because of sexual harassment. So you going to let him into your apartment. Girl, make that make sense to me. Why would you do something so dumb? Right? But he says he's there to apologize to her and that he wrote a letter saying that she didn't do anything. First of all, I wouldn't let him in my apartment first, and that's number one. I would have said, who is it? He would have said, Jacoby. I'm like, what do you want? I'm sorry, Sabrina. Go to hell, Jacoby. Well, I wrote this letter for you. Slide it under the door, Jacoby, and get the fuck away from my door, or I'm going to call the police on your ass. Because you see, you would have had him right. You would have had him right there. You would have called the police. The police would have filed a report, and then if he even came with this whole, oh, it's sexual harassment. If it was sexual harassment, why did you show up at her doorstep? Sabrina's stupid. She's just as dumb as her friend Andy is, right? So she tells him, you can't be coming over here all late. He's like, it's 11 o'clock. That is late, motherfucker. 11 o'clock is late. So then he tells her he was in his feelings. That's why he did what he did. Damn. You and your feelings, and Calvin's in his feelings. These relationships, right? I'm thinking about all these relationships on this show, right? And just think about them. The only relationship on this show that we know is older than maybe a day or two is Andy and Gary. Aaron and Karen haven't been together but maybe a day or two. Preston and Danny have been together maybe a day or two, right? Zach and Fatima, maybe a day or two or three. I'm gonna give all these people 5 days. I'm gonna give these people at least the benefit of doubt 5, maybe 3. 3 to 5 days, right? Jacoby and Sabrina, 3 to 5. Sabrina and Calvin, 3 to 5 days. But the way that these people are acting, like, I mean, damn. You would think that they've been together for months. They've been together for months. The way that they are the way that they are so freaking attached to one another. Jesus Christ. But he tells her he hopes that this letter makes up for it. No. You are about to accuse me of sexual misconduct. Hello, Andrew Cuomo. No. Go to hell, buddy. I'm gonna pause here. We're gonna move forward. All right, you guys. So next, let's talk about Q and Maurice. So they go back to his apartment, right? Calvin is there. So Calvin is introduced to Q. He says, you should be in jail. Okay, if you say so. So then Calvin, he asks him, like, what are y'all about to do? Sir, that has absolutely nothing to do with you. I'm going to my room. You may hear some noises or not. I don't know. But if you do, you do. But the fact that and then he says, well, I'm going to my room and I'm going to lock my door, so don't come to my door. Excuse me? Excuse me, bitch. What? Like, I hate that they do this with Calvin, the character of Calvin. I hate that Tyler Perry does this with this character. Like, if Maurice is going to his room to have sex with Q, why in the hell would they then come to your room? You're telling them you're going to lock your door not to come to your room. To me, it sounds like you're telling them, hey, so I'm going to my room. I'm going to I'm going to pretend like I'm locking my door. Come knock on my door so we can have a threesome or something like that. Like, that's really what that sounded like to me. But whatever. Go on, Calvin. So Q and Maurice going to his room. Maurice's room looked a little bit basic to me. Cause I'm like, damn, for his apartment to be for his living room and kitchen area to be all decked out and decorated, his bedroom was bland. I wasn't expecting that, right? So Q is telling Maurice he's a top, he doesn't suck, and he doesn't kiss, right? But you can do it to him. I was like, well, god damn, you're a selfish lover, huh? So Maurice says, I want some romance. Here's another scene that took me out. So while Maurice is talking about he wants some romance, Q has unzipped his pants and dropped them. And Maurice looked down and he was like, oh my, I've dropped something. And he just dropped to his knees. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. But we continue to watch it every week, you guys. But it was terrible, right? So then we see Danny, right? So Danny has woken up the next morning. She's getting ready to go to work. She slept on the couch all night, and she's tiptoeing around Preston at this point. So Preston saying you got to go to work. She's like, yeah. He's like, you're leaving early. He's like, you even woke up early because I wake up with the roosters and you're already up. I mean, Danny is putting 20 on 10, right? When it comes to this stuff with Preston, right? She's putting 20 on 10, but I will give her one thing. The conversation about the cows, the horses, the pigs, and all that shit, I'm gonna give it to Danny. I wouldn't want to hear nothing about that. Like, I'm gonna give it to her on that one. I don't want to hear that stuff. Like, you can call your mama, call your pa, call your brother, cousins, call your sister, call whoever you want to call. But I just don't want to hear about that stuff, right? So he asked her like, "What time are you getting home? What time are you getting home tonight?" She says, "Oh, I'm working a double. You know, these student loan debts." He was like, "Oh, I can take care of that for you." Girl, I would have let him. Let's just keep it real. Me personally, I would let the man take care of the student loans. But let's move on. All right, you guys, Karen. So Karen goes into her empty ass salon, which is always empty. She maybe has one or two customer clients in there, right? So Pam's messy ass is telling her that one of the people who work for her, his name is Isaiah, he left and took all her clients and giving them cheaper, hair, doing their hair for cheaper, 50% off, right? But she was like, so he took all my clients. I'm like, girl, how many clients do you really have? Like I said, you maybe have one or two tops, if that. Your salon is mostly empty. So unless he took Casper, Stinky, Stretch, and Fatso, I think you're fine. Like, I think you're fine. I'm just saying, right? So then Aaron comes in. Oh, God, Aaron. So Aaron asked her how. She says, I've been concerned about you because I had not heard from you. But Aaron said that he needed some time. I'm like, Aaron, you're so fucking annoying, right? You're a man of God. The only reason why you slept with her because you were jealous of Zach because Zach probably beat the up, right? Oh, God, I really can't stand Aaron, right? So Aaron says that he wants to have dinner in a movie with her. That's it. We're moving on. Because I don't want to spend too much time on them. So then Maurice, I'm not going to spend too much time on this anyway. So Maurice comes out of his room the next morning telling Calvin how he's in love with Q and asks if he heard them all night. He says, yes, I did hear y'all. So Maurice says, oh, the dick was so good it make me want to cook for my man. So then Calvin tells him he's wrong for bringing Q back there just to fuck and talking about how he's lonely. Girl, why? You know what? I'm starting to believe that Calvin is a little bit jealous, right? I mean, Calvin might not be gay, but Calvin's giving jealous vibes to me. Let me know what y'all think. Oh, we're wrapping the episode up, thank God. So then we see Andy, right? So Andy's calling Gary, but it's going to voicemail. So when she hangs that up, Karen calls her, asks her if she good. She says yes. So she said, what happened when you got home with Gary? She says he didn't want to talk. She says, well, what about this morning before he went to work? She paused for a minute, but then she says, well, he never came, he left last night. He went to the gym, but he never came back. And then when she tells her that, who walks in? Gary, right? So she's like, where are you coming from? She said, did you come home last night? He says, no, I just got him from the gym. So you've been at the gym for 6 hours. She says, yes, I was just thinking. For 6 hours at the gym? Girl, you dumb as fuck. So then he says his therapist wants to come by and talk to them once he gets off of work. Girl, no. Why does Andy continue to paint the red flags orange? I just don't understand it. So then, moving over to Zach to wrap the episode up. So someone from the bank called Zach. You guys remember that Zach put his money into that stock. Well, I don't know how Zach didn't understand what this woman was saying, right? So he thinking that the stock lost him money, but she says no, it didn't. You got 780. Did she say 780? She said you got 780 or something like that. So he thinks I don't know how Zach didn't catch what she was saying. And she kept telling him he need to come in because she thinks he might need to sell. But he didn't catch that she was saying you got $780,000 in your account. I don't know how he didn't catch that, but It's Zach, I guess. So that's it, actually, you guys. The episode wasn't a lot to me, to be quite honest with you. This third season of Sistas so far, it could be better. I mean, this proves that Tyler Perry needs writers because the stories have the show has so much potential. The storylines have potential, but I mean, we drag on for weeks and weeks and weeks. But that's it, you guys. Like the video, leave your comments in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video, and until the next one, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask or not, whichever one you guys do. Be safe, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.